Alright, so Black History Month is wrapping up, but that doesn't mean our telling of Black stories will come to an end. So today, we have some racist moments in comic book history that you may have known or may have not known of. Lois Lane of DC goes to Little Africa, which is Metropolis Harlem, to try and end racism, hoping to get a Pulitzer. But when she gets there, the people don't like her and they call her Whitey, telling her to leave.
Hey to W, Francine, can I ask you a question?
Sure, anything.
Why don't you go back to your own house and stop bothering us?
So what do you think Lois did? 1. Leave like she was told. 2. Try to reason with the locals. Or 3. Get Superman to change her skin color so she could fit in with them. Ultimately, it's how this comic ends that really annoys me. A black man realizing that he shouldn't mistrust white people. Though DC had good intentions, it was just done in the wrong way. Lois did get to see the discrimination against people of color, and hopefully those who read it get to see it as well. Many live their day-to-day lives not knowing what black people could face. But they should know that discrimination still exists even if it's not in your area. But did they have to have Lois pretend to be black? What she experiences for a day or a couple of hours one time won't amount to what true black people experience for a lifetime. Why not just show discrimination against black people using a black character? So, comic books have a tendency of depicting POC characters with horrible stereotypes. And that's what we have for number 2. Bucky Barnes got his own team in 1941 in the Young Allies issue number 1 comic, where one of his sidekicks was a horrible racial stereotype, a minstrel show caricature. He was called Whitewash Jones, even though his name was Washington Carver Jones. He said things like, "Yeah man, I is also good on the watermelon." Or they didn't make him as bright with words like, "I've only got 10 fingers. How can you count up to 50? It was a good thing that Marvel retconned this comic. Staying with Marvel, we have America's Greatest Comic number 2. In 1942, where Captain Marvel owned a slave.
You're fucking lying. Let me see.
A boy named Steamboat, another minstrel caricature. Just look at the way he's drawn. For this next one, the creators were really ashamed. So prior to the 1970s, black heroes were in the Legion of Superheroes. So in 1976, Tyrock, a black Spartacus, former slave, pro-segregation character, was created. It was explained that all black people who were former slaves were on an island in the Legion universe away from every other group, forming their own society. Mind you, they appear once every 200 years. Lois Lane isn't the only character to have gone black. Punisher did too. Like a lot of these, I can't believe they actually did this. So in issue number 59, Punisher's face gets scarred when he escapes from prison, and has a plastic surgeon fix him up and hide his identity. So they make him black in order to do so. So he experiences life as a black man, such as police brutality. I honestly don't know what the intention behind this one was. So far, have you known any of these examples? No? Yes? Well, let us know down below. But let's move on. The wildness of what comics come up with is never ending. But why make a character who is a white racist turn black under stress? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Brown Bomber. Thank God, after issue 26 of Justice League of America Volume 2, we do not see him again. Instead, Black Lightning was convinced to be used and pushed to the forefront. Many people have used the Goliath name, 3 white people to be exact. But when Dr. Bill Foster, former resident of the slums, took up the name, he was called Black Goliath. What was the need to emphasize the black in there? Why did we need to put that in there? With that, let's take a look at different black characters who have black in their names. Black Lightning, Black Panther, Black Manta, and Black Talon. Another thing that we see a lot is black superheroes being sidekicks to white leads. We have Falcon, War Machine, Tessa Thomas's Valkyrie, and Lucius Fox. Next, we have the X-Men. If you didn't know, the X-Men is an allegory for the civil rights movement, though many say that the stories could have been done better because they are to represent discriminated groups, aka black people, but other POCs as well. But those who are anti-mutants are considered racist. In the 70s, DC tried to introduce black Kryptonians, but instead made Krypton racists. The highly developed black race were segregated and exiled to Vathlo Island. There have been a lot of racist superheroes over the years. One, we have Captain Boomerang being racist towards his teammates, dividing them, making racist remarks to Bronze Tiger, or Hate Monger is similar to the KKK.
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this? I don't taste anything. I don't taste sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, milk, nothing at all. It's just bland.
Some of you might say that these weren't all too bad, and you might be right. A lot of people would just say that it's just comics, so who cares that any of this happened? But since we went over some of the bad stuff, let's say some of the good stuff too. It's Black History Month after all. Black Panther was the first American mainstream superhero in 1966. Though in the single issue of all Negro comics, a black superhero named Lion Man in 1947 debuted as the first black superhero. In 1971, the Butterfly was the first black female superhero. Monica Rambeau was the first to take on the Captain Marvel name. Luke Cage was the first to headline a TV show. Storm was the first black woman X-Men character. Now here are some superheroes with Caribbean and Latin origins. Doctor or Brother Voodoo, Calypso, Obey Man from Haiti, Cecilia Reyes, White Tiger, Tag, Flashback, Tech-9, Bantam, Miles Morales from Puerto Rico, Stigmata, Fade from Dominican Republic, Masquerade from Jamaica. Here are some Blasians you should know about. Connor Hawk, Korean, Silhouette, and Midnight Fire. And I also cannot forget about Milestone Comics, a company where black creators made black superheroes such as Static. So if you can't find superheroes that are a part of your ethnicity, then there are various black characters that you can still relate to, so you feel represented. Anyways, that is all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it and had a great Black History Month, or just a great February. I am proud of myself for posting consistently this month, 4 videos back to back. I'll see you guys next month. I was Jen, your host for today. Peace.